Hey everyone, welcome back to Wendy's Parade. This edition we're going to be talking a little more about green perfumes, but this is all going to be more modern green perfumes, like post the year 2000. We got niche, we got designer, we got men's, well just one. We got women's, we got inexpensive, we got it all. So we have a combination thereof. And unfortunately, we also have some that are completely discontinued and lost and gone forever. But I can't keep up with what comes out. I can only keep up with what I have. So that's what I talk about. Because who else am I going to talk about it with, right? So green perfumes. Let's start with a nice one. Very, very, very inexpensive. This is from Banana Republic. It's called Malachite. This is the first Malachite. This came out like in 2005 or something. So they had that word first. Not Armani. Anyway, this is as you can tell, obviously it's a green floral from the box. It kind of has this cool green stone looking bottle. Man, this is like 20 bucks. And this isn't like earth-shatteringly interesting looking, but it has a nice presentation. I appreciate that. Anyway, this is really, really nice. Very, very easy, admittedly. The primary note is water hyacinth, so it is definitely a watery green floral. It reminds me of like a fantastical, like lily pad, like soft water and like blooming pink flowers everywhere. So really easy to wear, watery, green floral, aquatic, very office friendly, very 2 sprays before you maybe get on an airplane or a train so you don't bother anybody. This is definitely a little soapy too, like a really nice feminine version of like an Irish Spring. So pretty good lasting power too. I don't wear this super often, but it's appropriate and it has its place, and I just put a spray on too. I don't know, it's just really soothing, actually. It's just like this soothing green floral perfume without being like my 70s heavy hitters where they're like heavy and aggressive. It's just really soft and really pretty. So there's that. Let's just go on the diametrically opposite price point because we got Chanel, and this is ridiculous. I don't need this 200 ml bottle, but I bought this from someone who ended up not liking it for a pretty good price. So I ended up with the 200 ml bottle of Chanel Belle Respiro. This is the older eau de toilette version. They've reformulated the entire less exclusives from Chanel to all be eau de parfums, which is another subject. But regardless, supposedly they didn't reformulate them. They did. But this is a green, I don't want to say it's a green leather, but it's a green forested, not forested, I'm sorry, I take that back. It's like a green grassy outdoor with a drop of leather. Like the leather is subaudible. The leather is not challenging. It's just kind of back there. So this is green. This is classy. This is a little bit leathery, but not too much. And with a hint of florals too. I like it. It's kind of like a pretty leather, like a pretty meadow with some leather in the background. I like it. It's nice. Let's go back to Estee Lauder. This is long discontinued. I have never heard anybody talk about this perfume. They used to have a really, really long line of flankers for their 1970s perfume called White Linen. This is the pure white linen. And they used to have a bunch of different flankers and they've stopped. They've moved on. They moved on to Kylie Jenner or whoever's doing their brand now. But so this is pure white linen, light breeze. And what this is a really bright and fresh linden blossom scent, which is not very common. There's not a lot of linden blossom perfumes. And linden blossom is kind of citrusy. It's like a citrusy white floral with a tinge of green, if I had to describe it. This is a really strong, really pretty, a tinge soapy because I think because of that greenness, but just a really solid hot weather like. This is one of those perfumes where you want it to bloom when you're hot because it just that linden blossom, oh, it just flies off you and it smells so good. So Estee Lauder pure white linen light breeze tongue twister. Along the same vein, this is not actually a linden blossom perfume, but this is Chanel Chance Eau Fraiche. Everybody knows this perfume. Everybody freaking talks about this one. This is like so glaringly green that you don't even need to see. Everybody knows what Chance looks like. I'm not even gonna show you the bottle. Anyway, Chanel Chanson Fraiche, what they say is true. It's green, it's fresh, it's unisex. It does what it says it's going to do. So I just had to talk about it because I do like this. I know I sound like I'm being dismissive and rude about it, but this is a good green perfume. So going back, old school niche, Miller Harris also got bought out recently, so they're not the way they used to be. Man, I love this house. No one talks about Miller Harris, and I don't know why, but this is Fleurs de Bois. This is like springtime in the woods. This is like everything is blooming, the sun is shining, you're sitting on a fallen log, you know, Bambi's coming toward you, just, you know, the tulips are blooming. This is really, really just like what you would imagine, like a crystal clear, crisp, hot spring day, and you can just smell everything going on. Not a hint of anything dark, not a hint of anything gloomy, not a hint of anything dirty. Even though there is some oak moss in this, maybe a tiny bit earthy, but this is really, really pretty. Still available. It's still around. But this is a really stunning green perfume, and I highly recommend it. So that is Miller Harris Fleur de Bois. I'll do this first because this was a little pricey for me. This is Amouage. Yes, it's Amouage. I had a coupon at least. This is Amouage Bracken. Now, especially because they just had a change in direction of their artistic director. So, you know, Amouage is big and brash and complicated and interesting. Even if you don't like their perfume, you can't say what they're doing is not interesting. And I love that. Now, Bracken is really different because even though this is like paisley and red, the cute bottle. This is a fantastic summer perfume. This is like so green that it almost smelled like you can smell like the scythe like just ripping the leaves up. It's like almost aggressive. Like they're just the leaves are like bleeding. That is how green it is. The leaves are bleeding. You are picking berries and you're eating them, and there's white flowers blooming, and you're walking in the earth and it just rained and you're like mixing that up too. This is really strong. There's a lot going on. It's an aggressive green floral with a huge berry note. Very natural too, not like cherry chapstick, but like real wild, like, you know, blackberries, boysenberries. So yeah, this is really nice. You know, I remember when this came out because people bitch and moan, right? They're like, everything that they put out is so boring. Not Amouage necessarily, but you know, why can't these designers, why can't they put out something interesting? And then people make an interesting perfume and then everybody complains that they're too hard to wear. Yeah, Amouage is pricey, but especially for this scent, this is like, and I never do this, but 2 sprays. 2 sprays will last like 12 hours. Do not overspray this, but Amouage Bracken. This is really good. I don't know why they picked red paisley. It's a beautiful box. I love it, but this does not indicate what this perfume smells like at all, in my opinion. So on the, diametrically opposite price point, we have Kate Spade, Truly Gracious. I just happened to randomly pick this up because I was at Ulta one day. Ulta doesn't sell Kate Spade anymore, or maybe they do, but they were basically discounting all of these. And they had this left, and I looked it up because I was like, oh, that looks like it may be a green perfume, and I was right. And all my people that are over 40, like I am, will remember that the Gap used to sell a crap ton of perfumes, and they used to sell this perfume called Grass. And this is not a dupe, but this is very close to the spirit and what grass smelled like. This is really green from the earth up. There's nothing earthy. This is like green stem, green bud, green grass, just grassy, green summertime. Not really floral. It really just reminds me of that old perfume from the Gap called Grass, which is not a bad thing. And right now, even at full price, like this is like $60, you can get this for like $20-25. So Kate Spade, Truly Gracious, green. You want just even like a pure, does what it says it's going to do perfume is this. This is it. So Kate Spade, Truly Gracious. Yes. Their names are, they're all named Truly something, so I have a hard time keeping track. I only have one other one from her though, so. All right, unfortunately, this one is completely discontinued. This is Guerlain. This is an Aqua Allegoria, one of the early ones. It's called Mentafolia. And this is green because Mentafolia, obviously. Hi, Rusty. You're a good boy. It's a green mint. I know, you're a good boy. It's a green mint and rose. And this is my favorite minty rose of all time. I absolutely love this. Huge bottle. So I haven't used a ton of it, but this has like 130 mils in it or something. And true to the intent of this line from Guerlain, this is a little short-lived. It doesn't wear very strong, but it's such a pretty minty rose with some green tea and, you know, things like that in the background. I really like it, but I like mint fragrances. Other people can't get past the toothpaste aspect, but I really like this. I've had this perfume for a really long time. It's so funny because, you know, I got this on FragranceNet back in the day for like 40 bucks, and now it's, you know, now it's not anywhere near $40. This perfume used to be really popular. It's from Hermes. It's, which one is this? This is Un Jardin Sur. This is another kind of green aquatic. It has a really interesting array of notes. There's like sycamore wood and green mango and green lotus. So it's kind of like a fruity green and a floral green on top of being watery scent. Man, I wear this all the time. I have to stop myself from getting a backup because I'm afraid that they're going to reformulate it or something, but I'm only halfway through. I'm trying not to be such a psycho, but I really like this. Wears really beautifully, and it's different too. That green mango note is really, it's different. Last but not least, this is one of my favorite perfumes of all time. This bottle, this perfume, I've actually used up. I'm on my 4th or 5th bottle, which is insane. I can't say that about any other perfume. That is Prada Infusion de Riz Eau de Parfum. This is the original version. They reformulated all of these in 2015. They used to be owned by this company called Puig, and then Prada got bought out by L'Oreal. And they also hiked all their prices, changed their direction, reformulated all their stuff. Now, if you're interested in Infusion de Riz, I think that what they have on the shelf now is nice. It's nice. It's perfectly fine. It's faithful pretty much to the original intent. But I wore this perfume so religiously and so much that I just was like, this isn't right. And it's not as strong as the old one. This is another nice and cool, poised, green galbanum. It's very dry. It has iris. It has mastic. It has incense. It's a little powdery, but only because of the mastic note, which is almost like a resin. It's like a dry resin. But this is one of my favorite perfumes of all time. This is a anytime, anywhere, any occasion, any temperature, any mood, just anything. I've never gotten tired of it. I've had this for over 10 years. Not this bottle. I just finished another bottle. And this is like my 4th or 5th bottle. But yeah, so this is the last one we're going to talk about is Prada Infusion de Riz as far as my list of green fragrances from post the year 2000. And I'm not going to go in reverse like I did for the vintage ones, but I am going to write down in the Dropbox every perfume I've talked about. Any questions, comments? Went kind of fast. I'm probably going to get around to reviewing all these one day. But anyway, that's my take on what's green and what I like. I'm sure there's more questions, comments, concerns. Let me know. I know I'm kind of rambling, but I like to ramble about my perfumes, and it's my parade. So, you know, there you go. I hope you're all having a wonderful spring day, and I will see you next time.